All right, what's going on, everybody? Today is Saturday, August 23rd, 2025. Bitcoin block height 911,317. Transaction fees 1 sat per VByte across the board, low, medium, and high priority. It looks like high priority just jumped up to 2 Satoshis per VByte. Still cheap. Get your Bitcoin transactions in. Just over 118,000 unconfirmed transactions in this mempool. Bitcoin USD price 115,469 US pieces of paper. 24-hour high was 117,416. 24-hour low was 111,649. $1 gets you 866 Satoshis. Bitcoin Spaces protocol 1.5160. Total Bitcoin burned 8,533 bids. 2,661 transfers and registers. And 2,761 rollouts. Spaces in auction. Hermes. Luna. Mesh. Podcast. PAL. MVP. Claimable in about 10 hours. EW. HS. LJ. Claimable in about 21 hours and 50 minutes. Recent Spaces actions, a bunch of bids on XB, YR, LJ, EW, XG, HS, RQ, SL, ZU. So it looks like the double digits are getting bid on. If you're rolling out a double digit, 2 digits, 2 letters, numbers, letters, they're getting bid on here. We're seeing some action. 4 bids on EW. But if you're rolling out a word or an emoji or 3 digits, it seems like you could just roll those out and get those. Not much action on the words, 3 digits, words, emojis. But the 2 digits seeing a lot of action. So 2 digits, very popular right now in Spaces protocol. So maybe now's a good time to roll some names through. There have been some names that we saw bids on, some words, some names. But they had to be super good. I mean, there's some decent ones here. Mesh, Podcast, MVP, Luna. I mean, that's even decent too. But not seeing any bids. Just one person rolls it out, 1 bid, and usually you're seeing those scooped up. You're seeing those registered without much contention. Right now, though, the 2 digits seeing a lot of action. I see at least 3 people bidding on these. You can tell. I look them up. I just in here copying these trends. It's all on Bitcoin. It's all on the blockchain. So you could just see the transaction. You could see like the wallet address, the amount. So you can just guesstimate pretty accurately. Plus, if somebody bids, and then if somebody outbids, well, you can pretty much safely assume it's not the same person outbidding themselves. Well, I mean, you never know if people are trying to make it look like it's active in Spaces protocol. I guess people could do that. They're just outbidding themselves. But it's probably not the case because then you could look up the addresses. They're different addresses. But then I guess you could say, okay, well, maybe it's one dude with 2 different wallets. I guess you could say that, but I don't think that's what it is. You never know, but I don't think it is. I think it's just the lower digits, you know? That's normally how it goes with these with anything, with naming, really. The shorter amount of digits, even with .com's traditional legacy, old school naming systems, the shorter ones are they're just highly valuable. People value single digits, double digits, even triple digits. You know, you look at other naming systems like ENS, I think they start at 3 digits, and they're super rare, super expensive, super popular. So Spacing Protocol started from nothing, from zero. Everything was available. Single digits, double digits, triple digits, words, you name it. And they're all extensions too. So these are top level domains. These names on Spaces Protocol, these are like .coms, .orgs, .nets, .ai, .ios. And .ai went really quick for a lot. So 77 million Satoshis it went for. 0.07 Bitcoin, 7 million Satoshis. And it's an extension, right? It's a top level domain. So now when this person bought this AI name on Spaces Protocol on Bitcoin, they now own every possibility before that. So 1 at AI, 2 at AI, A, B, C at AI, Bitcoin at AI, you know, whatever. They can put any word, any letter, any character. Actually, is there limits on characters? I think there might be. That's probably a good question. What are the character limits? Can you use dots, periods, special characters? I wonder what the limitations are. But anything that is proper syntax or properly allowed in the code, in the protocol, I guess you'd have to look. The person who owns the top level AI owns everything on it, which is pretty powerful. So it makes sense that the shorter ones are having a high premium right now, where you see multiple people bidding on these, because these are short and they can stand for anything. EW, you know, I don't know. Electric wheelchair. There you go. Bam. I need that in my life. Recent rollouts in Spaces Protocol, we saw more 2 digits. People just rolling them out. EK, ZQ, KX, LH, HX, XY. Now, some of these probably suck, right? I mean, I don't know. They're 2 digits, yeah, but they're not great. Like, what are you going to use XY for? I don't know. Some of the weird, I guess you could always find a use, but some of these are probably going to sit out here for a while. EUR, a party face emoji, SpaceX, and image. Now, this was a funny one too. I learned this lesson in Spaces Protocol though, but this is a lesson right here. This is a funny one this guy did with this party one. So he wrote it out for 1012, and it was sitting down here in upcoming rollouts. But then, so there was somebody on top. I think it was, so that one was like 112, yeah. Then there was somebody on top he had it for 1012, the party face emoji. And then somebody else rolled out a bunch of names. It was like 5 names or something for 1015 Satoshis. So then he came out and this guy started rolling out a bunch of names for 118,000, which pushed his party face emoji 100 down, because it was 1012, right? So he put it up for 12. So then he was like, all right, well, I want my party face to roll out as well. I want all my 1018 names to roll out, and I want my party face to roll out. So he bid his party face up 120, 1,000, I keep saying 100. It's 1,020 Satoshi. So he bid it up to put the party face on top. But the thing about Spaces Protocol that you'll learn, and he probably learned this yesterday as well. I had learned this too. You have to get your bids in 1 block before the rollout block. it has to, your bid has to be confirmed on the Bitcoin blockchain one block prior, at least one block prior to the rollout block. So if you're trying to snipe, which I've tried to do it, so I know that it doesn't work. If you're trying to snipe on the last block and get your thing in there, your bids, so that nobody can roll out on top of you, well, it's not going to work, because you can see he tried to roll these out. 1018, all these words. We'll look at forum here. It got confirmed on block 233. And if you look at the rollouts, the last rollouts, it rolled out on block 233. So he was one block too late. He tried to time it just right. And it was funny too, because, and if you're watching, what's up? Shout out. You're learning, bro. And it's not like I'm an expert in this either, but I just think it's funny that I saw this and I was like, oh, that dude tried to snipe. Because I tried to do it too. And I learned the hard way too. Like, fuck, now I got to wait a whole nother day. But now the funny thing is he's sitting out there with his 1018 bids. Somebody can come on top with 1020, push his rollout back. But then if he's watching it, he could say, okay, I see you, and he can put it on top. So it's a fun thing, you know, the bidding game that people love to do it. It's fun. I like to do it too. But it was a lesson learned. So the lesson is, if you're going to bid or do anything in Spaces Protocol that pertains to a rollout, and you're trying to get a name rolled out, you have to get your action confirmed at least one block before the scheduled rollout block. And I noticed it too, because the day before, 2 days ago, I'll be watching this shit. The same dude, or maybe it's probably the same dude, but maybe it's somebody different. He did the same thing, but check what he did now. So this block, two rollouts ago, it rolled out on block 89. All right, so block 89. And he put all his bids in on block 88. So the last possible block, a dude came in at 1018 Satoshi. Yeah, it's the same dude because it's the same bid amount. 1018. Plus, you can look it up on any block explorer and look at the addresses. But block 88, he wrote out all these names. Sniping. And he got it because it was one block before. It rolled out on block 89. So he got all his names. So I don't know if he got 10. I think he did. He got all 10 of the space rollouts. And people are going to be fighting for this because only 10 come out a day. It's like 3,600 a year. It's very limited. You know, it uses a small amount of space on the Bitcoin blockchain. So it respects Bitcoin blockchain. It doesn't bloat the chain. You know, it doesn't create a UTXOs, like more addresses that have burnt Bitcoin just sitting in it. So the UTXO set or whatever it is doesn't increase it in any way. It burns it through op return. So that's cool. Really thoughtful design with Spaces Protocol. Awesome, dude. Best one I've seen. Naming super important. We all know it. Usernames, identities, websites, right? We name everything, dude. Hard to read data is what we do. We put English, human readable names, Spanish, whatever. It doesn't matter. Just words that humans can read and easily communicate with. We name ourselves. We have all these types of things that we do. So it's going to be no different with Bitcoin. It's just we're super early. It's very exciting, you know. Like I say, I'm watching this shit. I check it every day, make videos on it. And I'm probably stupid too, because I put a lot of people onto this protocol, and I don't know, it's probably not the smartest thing, because if I was like, oh, this protocol is so great, you know, let me just scoop up all these things. I should have just, I'm kind of regretting it now, seeing that there's more people in it. It's like, well, I should have just scooped up a bunch of names. And then I should have started making videos and should have started telling people about it. But, you know, I don't know. It's just my nature. I can't help myself. It's like I can't hold it in. It's like, whoa, this thing's so great. I got to tell everyone. It's the same thing when I found out about Bitcoin. I just started making YouTube videos. I didn't know what I was doing. I was like, but I just got to tell everybody, dude. I just got to tell the world. Now you would think, right? Oh no, just accumulate as much Bitcoin as you can and then tell everybody. Same thing we're here. Just accumulate as much spaces as you can and then tell everybody. And yeah, that is smart investing, I guess. But I don't know. I don't know what it is, man. It's just something about hyperactive personality. I'm not sure. It's hard for me to just keep those things in and just it's kind of boring too. It's kind of boring, but then you regret it. It's like, well, damn, I shouldn't have told nobody about this. Nobody would even known about Spaces Protocol. Now I'm bidding against people. Now there's people in here that are bidding me up. So it kind of sucks in that aspect, but it is what it is. It's going to happen eventually. And you just got to be grateful for what you have anyway, you know? Be grateful. Don't be enough is enough, you know? When there's like a book or somebody talked about that, like when is enough? Enough is enough. When to know enough. You know, I don't know. Something like that. Can't have it all. It's the same thing with Bitcoin. There's 21 million Bitcoin. How much Bitcoin do you have? You know, everybody wants to get to one whole Bitcoin. Yeah, that's an amazing goal. But imagine if you had one Bitcoin. Then what's your next goal? You know, 100 Bitcoin or something. You know, then if you have 100 Bitcoin, 1,000, everybody wants more. We're never going to stop wanting more. So yeah, it's good to have a goal and achieve and pursue. But also, it's good to recognize that you have enough, you know, grateful. That doesn't mean stop pursuing, but it does mean to chill maybe and stop and reflect and appreciate and be grateful. So there's that. All right, so that's just something that I saw and I thought it was funny because it was a lesson that I learned. And now it looks like somebody else has learned that same They're probably like, why the fudge? I'm gonna have to look in the Telegram, see if anybody's posting like, I made a bid and it didn't roll out. That would be pretty funny. All right, upcoming rollouts. Forum, Arrow, Stop, Shaha, Emer, Donut, Noddle, Theater, Europe. Expected block 911377 in about 9 hours and 40 minutes. Spaces.market, latest listings, Yoshi, Books, Black, IK, ON, Spark, PH, Design, Golf. All right, that's going to be it for this one. Thank y'all for watching.